This is Say More with Carla Pesono. Today's guest is one of New Orleans' most acclaimed culinary voices. She was a finalist for the James Beard Foundation Best Chef South in 2013 and won in 2014. In the inaugural Michelin Guide, American South, her restaurant, Zasu, earned a Michelin star, making her the only solo female chef honored in the region. Chef Sue Zemanick, welcome to Say More.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to have you and finally meet you.
Yes. I don't think we met when you came to the restaurant.
No.
Thank you so much for coming.
It was absolutely incredible, and we're going to get into that because your restaurant was so phenomenal. It was one of the best meals. Me and my friend, when we went out to eat, were like, this is one of the best meals we've had, period, let alone in New Orleans. So you so deserve that Michelin star. Are you just now slammed?
I am so busy, and I'm so grateful for that. Coming off of a rough summer, it was really slow this past summer. And so when the star came out in November, it just kind of, it made everything so much better. We're, packed pretty much every night. And hopefully people are having a great time, and we're creating some new regulars.
It's so good. Now you're from Pennsylvania. You're not from New Orleans.
No.
So talk about your background. You're from the Northeast. I'm from the Northeast too.
I can tell by your accent.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm from Pennsylvania, a small coal mining town called Wilkes-Barre, and I knew at a young age that I wanted to become a chef. And started cooking when I was around 14 years old professionally in like small, not so great kitchens, but the best that my small town had. And then I moved to New York to go to culinary school 3 weeks after I graduated high school. And then I ended up in New Orleans in 2003.
So you always knew you wanted to be a chef.
I know, yes.
What is it? Did you learn from your parents or?
Well, I think, growing up, we watched a lot of cooking shows, my grandmother and I, and food kind of similar to how it is in New Orleans. That was what every family event, that's what revolved around, was what we were going to eat. And my grandmother was from Czechoslovakia, and she loved to cook Slovak food, obviously. And I just started cooking with her and my father and my mother and my grandmother on the other side as well. And we just cooked a lot growing up, and I just fell in love with it. I was also a fat kid. I really love to eat.
Same. And I have kind of Slavic background. I mean, we're Croatian, Italian, Mediterranean, but growing up in Buffalo, we have a huge Polish population. So pierogies are everywhere. And I mean, was that a big deal in Pennsylvania? Did you guys have pierogies?
It was a huge deal. Yes. Yeah. So growing up, we were always trying to perfect the family recipe for the pierogies. And finally, when I was in culinary school, I kind of figured out the secret to the dough. That was the thing that we always struggled with, but it was something that was at all of our holiday events. And growing up and being, in Catholic school, they would always have big, all the old ladies would be in the school kitchen making pierogies for different bazaars and festivals and things like that.
You have perfected the pierogi. That dough, when I first took a bite into it, I'm like, it's the dough. Yeah. Because like I said, being from the Northeast, I've had a ton, even living in Chicago, and it's like flaky, but doughy in the inside. It's like that perfect consistency. How did you figure that out?
It took me spending a ton of money at culinary school to realize the secret ingredient that I was missing was melted butter.
Really?
Melted butter.
So the same thing, like if you're making like a pie crust.
Exactly.
Like the way the butter is, and it makes it that texture.
I think that's what creates that flakiness, more like an empanada dough.
Yeah.
So it's like, it has that chew and that bite that you're looking for in a pierogi dough, but it has a little bit more flakiness. And also crisping it up in clarified butter makes it so much better than just a boiled pierogi.
Oh my gosh. And you do all different fillings, right? Mm-hmm. When I was at the restaurant, I'm not sure what the filling, is it the filling that's right now? Probably.
When were you there?
Like a month ago?
Probably.
Yeah.
This one is a little play on a nod to the South. It has a pimento cheese and roasted garlic mashed potato filling.
Yeah.
Which happens to be like one of the favorite ones that I've come up with in all of the years that it's been on my menu.
Oh, it's so delicious. What other ones do you do?
I do a wild mushroom one and potato, which was kind of the one that put me on the map back in the day.
I gotta try that. I'm a mushroom girl.
That's kind of my OG one. And that was served with a Vidalia onion creme fraiche and caramelized onions and asparagus. And that comes back quite often because it's one of my favorites. And then growing up, we would have sauerkraut ones, and we'd make dessert ones with this thing called lekvar, which is prune butter. So it's basically just reconstituted prunes that are pureed into a smooth paste. And you bake those or fry those and cover them in powdered sugar.
I'm not crazy about, you said prunes, right? Mm-hmm. But making it like that, it's like it's really nice. It's really good.
You just got to think, a prune is a plum.
Right.
Plums are delicious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you moved to New Orleans in the early 2000s, right? And you worked at Commander's Palace and like a bunch of other restaurants, right? Or mainly Commander's when you first came down here?
Yes. So when I first moved to New Orleans, my mentor, who I did a fellowship at the CIA with the Culinary Institute of America, had recommended I go check out Commander's Palace because of its reputation and the sheer volume that they do. So
Who was the head chef at the time?
It was Torrey McPhail. He had just taken over. So it was kind of nice to see this young, chef taking over such a huge operation.
Yeah.
And I interviewed with him, and I started there on the hot app station and kind of moved my way up throughout the year. And then I left there and moved over to Gautro's, where I was just a line cook in the beginning and was able I think I was 23, became the executive chef. So
wow,
it was very exciting. I might have been 24. It was a long time ago.
What was that like?
Intense and fun. I loved going from such a really big restaurant to a much smaller scale restaurant. And it was in a nice, uptown neighborhood. It had no sign. And I just kind of loved that transition because I love cooking volume, but at the same time, after doing it for so long there at Commander's and waking up and walking into Sunday brunch and seeing that we have 650 people for brunch, I was like, that's too much.
That's insane.
So going to a smaller restaurant really it allowed me to fine tune and hone my skills and to be creative and just to not so much of a grind.
Yeah. And you stayed at Gautro's for how long?
A long time, up until I had my daughter, and that was in 2016.
Yeah.
So.
I still can't believe I've not been there.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
I know. Everyone loves it.
No,
it's
Chef
like one
Rob
of those
and
restaurants that I like. It's on the list. I mean, there's a million places to go to, but I need to get there.
You should definitely go. It's a great experience.
And then they just opened that little spot next door.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The bar, like, what is it called again?
I can pronounce it.
Those are the knee. Yeah, I definitely need to go there. Okay, so let's talk about Zasu. What made you want to open up the spot in Mid-City?
Well, to be completely honest with you, it was all about owning the property. So I looked for 5 years for the right spot, and I looked all over the city, and it would have been great to be on Magazine Street or be in the Quarter or in the CBD, but I do love Mid-City, and it was lacking, and that building was available. It was a turnkey restaurant, which we ended up doing a complete renovation, but it had the things in place. I was able to purchase the property. I was able to secure and keep their liquor license, and it had a hood and a stove and a functional kitchen. So that's kind of all the same right now, but we had to redo the dining room.
Yeah. And I like that it's like that cute little neighborhood spot. And I love Mid-City. I mean, anyone who's been in New Orleans, Mid-City is one of the best neighborhoods. I mean, that's where I like to go out. That's where all my friends live. Mm-hmm. So it's cool to have this cool neighborhood joint, and you're right around incredible restaurants that have been there for over 50 years. Yeah. You have Venezia across the street, the old school Italian, Angelo Brocado. You got, now there's that new bar at the corner, the O Bar, but it's just a cute spot.
It really is it's a great neighborhood. It's easy to get to.
Yeah, it's easy to get to.
I know a lot of my clientele that would go to Gautro's that live in Old Metairie. It's straight, it's an easy shot there. And also all the good cooks live in Mid-City. Or, it's kind of like how I look at
the hangout.
Well, yeah, it's and it's affordable.
Yeah, it's affordable, yeah.
So, but it's great. It's easily accessible. And I'm so happy to be there. I bought a home around the corner so I could see my family and my daughter more. So I really enjoy living in that neighborhood. And I think it's a great addition to everything else that's there. Yeah. And I love Brocados, so it's good to go get a gelato.
Yeah. Zasu, what does that mean?
So when I was looking for a name for the restaurant or trying to figure out what I was going to do, I knew that I wanted to start with a Z because of my last name.
Is your last name?
And there's not a lot of words out there with Z. So after doing some research, Za in Slovak means again. and a Sue is a play on my name. And so we came up with Zasu, which is kind of my Sue again, as like my coming back after taking a year off to be with my daughter.
Oh, I love that. I didn't know that. I thought it made, like, because if you look it up, I mean, you think of the Lion King and Zazu the bird, which I think that meant something about like honor in Swahili.
Well, great. We'll go with that.
Yeah, like
that'll be the next story.
But I was like, that doesn't make sense with Sue. I was trying to think, oh, that's beautiful.
There's also there's an actress, a silent film actress, that has the same name.
Really?
But there's not too much more than that. It's nice to have a restaurant name that is not like repeated all over the world.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's actually really funny. And I think the Lion King came out in 1993 or 94. I was born in 90, and my whole family and family friends called me Zazu. No. And then the movie came out, and they're like, oh my God, the bird's name is Zazu. And then now I come here and
I named a restaurant after you.
I know. Yeah. Look at And now it's like my favorite restaurant here. Okay. So when you first opened the restaurant, and you honed in on the menu, were you going for the Michelin star if it ever came down south?
Well, to be honest with you, I never thought it would come down here. And I was never really like pining for it. I just wanted to cook good food and create memories and do what I love and really focus on the bountiful seafood and that we have here and all over the world. I don't just like use Louisiana seafood. I tried to branch out and bring some other things to the restaurant. But no, I just wanted to make good food, and that's still all that I really want to do.
Yeah, I feel like that puts why did you think that the Michelin star or Michelin was not going to come down to the American South?
I just always thought that especially New Orleans, but the South in general, but especially New Orleans was overlooked for on a lot of different levels. We have such great food here. It's seasoned so well. That's all we do is talk about food, and there's such a diverse type of cuisine here. And I just didn't think that people everywhere else saw it. They always were looking at New York or Chicago or LA and San Francisco. And I always thought of those four places as where people go, and that's where Michelin would probably stay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when I think about it, I'm like, why wouldn't they have picked New Orleans when you have so many incredible chefs that have come through here that are here? Same with Nashville. Mm-hmm. So like, I always was wondering why not. Like, why would they never come here?
I don't know. Michelin's so secretive. I don't know if we'll ever know the answer.
Know.
But they're here now. So.
Yeah. So when what did it feel like when you got the star? What was that moment like?
I was completely shocked, and I think I still am. I was not expecting it. I woke up that morning and Chef Mike Nelson from GW Fins had sent me a text message with a star and a tire and congrats. And I was like, what is this? I mean, they're not announcing the Michelin award until this evening. So it got leaked to the press early, all the winners. So I was, scouring the internet trying to find this list of who won, but it was a mistake. And I found one article in the Mumbai newspaper that said all the winners and all the Bib Gourmand recipients as well. So I was just thinking that maybe it wasn't true and it was a mistake. And then
I had no idea that it got leaked.
Yes. Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
It was supposed to come out, I think, at 9 p.m. and somehow it came out at 9 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
And I wasn't at the awards ceremony.
Yeah, so you weren't even at the awards.
No, and so I didn't, I was at the restaurant and just all I saw as the day progressed was the increase of reservations. And I had just opened up my 6th day because we were only open 5 days a week. And I had the perfect amount of staff to open for 6 days. And then this happened and I was so overwhelmed and immediately the reservations books just started filling up.
Just I was like, oh, great.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not prepared.
That has to be wild. It seems like this story has happened a bunch of times amongst a lot of the chefs here where they had no idea that they were even part of the Michelin guide, whether that be Bib Gourmand getting a star. Like, is it just a mess over there at Michelin? Like,
I have no
not
idea.
Letting people know. Going into spam emails.
I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, it's so crazy, though.
I want to keep that star, Carla.
No, you want to keep it. Okay, so now do you feel the pressure of having to keep the star?
Of course, yes. I mean, with all types of awards like that, there's a lot of people that, are really putting the microscope even more on the food. So I am trying to keep doing what I'm doing what they saw when they dined there and why they gave us the star. So I'm just trying to maintain that consistency and not try to start doing stuff that's not who I am. And I think that was a big thing. I had talked to a fellow chef friend, Zach Engel, who has Galit in Chicago, who's one of the chefs that opened up Shaya. And when he got his star, he has a modern Israeli restaurant, very similar as far as the vibe goes that I have, where there's no tablecloths. It's like it's fine dining, but not super stuffy or pretentious. And he had told me that keep doing, exactly what I just said. Keep doing what you're doing. That's what they gave you the star for. Don't start trying to be someone else, because everyone's going to start nitpicking and saying comments, and you just kind of have to let that go. So I try to remind myself of that text message every single day.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, are you getting some backlash over people being like, oh, Zasu shouldn't have deserved it? You hear people just talking in the city, who should have gotten it, who shouldn't have gotten it, about not being that quintessential Michelin restaurant where you have a set price, a tasting menu. It's super elevated atmosphere and a high price.
I think that I have seen a few comments, and people, the internet gives everyone the opportunity to become a food critic, even though they know nothing about food. And at the end of the day, food is all subjective, and it really is just what you like. So it doesn't matter when I see those negative comments, but it hurts my feelings, but I'm just trying to ignore those things and keep moving forward. And some people aren't going to like everything that I cook, and I'm okay with that.
I'm sorry though, if you sit down and you have your food, everyone should shut their mouth. Your food is so elevated compared to so many different chefs. You for sure deserve the star.
Thank you.
There's some other food influencers, and they're like, oh, I don't think it should have. I'm like, have you eaten her food? You should not be talking. I understand it's all subjective, whatever. But it's I every single bite, the way you prepare seafood, the flavors, it's every bite is an explosion. And you're just, me and my friend, we couldn't believe it every single time we were biting into the food, because you don't get that experience all the time, So it's just so well deserved.
Thank you.
What do you think about and that's another thing. I just want to praise you for being a la carte and not being overpriced and keeping your prices where everyone can enjoy your food and leave with a happy memory. Isn't that what you're going for?
Totally. Yes. And I've always tried to do that, especially being in Mid-City. I wanted everyone to just have the opportunity to come and dine and have a great meal and make it accessible to everyone. And I will keep it that way, because food's getting more expensive. Don't get me wrong. Prices will go up a little bit here and there, but I'm not going to change the whole concept of the menu or start charging people more because of the star. Everyone deserves a good meal. And people I love a tasting menu. Don't get me wrong. But how often can you go out and eat that many courses? Sometimes you just want to come in and have an app and split an entree, maybe not have, a wine pairing or too many cocktails. People can just come in and have a couple of bites and hopefully have a good experience and not break their wallets
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes you just want to get a couple dishes, split it with someone, maybe get a drink, maybe not. It doesn't have to be this elaborate thing. And a lot of times these tasting menus, you leave hungry, and that drives me up a wall for how much you're spending. What do you think about some of these restaurants that are doing these elaborate tasting menus? Do you think it's out of control?
No. I think there's a time and place for every type of cuisine and every type of dining experience. I love a tasting menu. I just don't have 3 hours necessarily, once a week to do that. I want to keep the restaurant where it is, so people can come every couple of weeks if they want to.
Yeah. How often are you changing the menu?
I used to change it a lot more, but now I'm just trying to maintain the consistency of what we have going on there. So instead of doing big changes, which I would do every season, I'm doing a couple of dishes here and there. So even tonight, I'm going to change 2 dishes on the menu. It just makes it a little easier for my kitchen staff. I don't want them to get crushed any more than they're already getting crushed.
Yeah. You just been full. Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I always say it's like Jazz Fest every night, except without the music. So, because that's always exciting. Our busiest time of the year.
Yeah.
Except that there is no music.
Yeah.
You mentioned that.
No music. Do you think that you're going to keep like certain dishes like always on the menu, or are you gonna switch it up seasonally or?
Oh, I will continue to switch it up. It has to happen.
It has to happen.
It's just, we are in New Orleans and the weather is all over the place. So as we're gearing up for the spring and Jazz Fest, I try to like do a little bit more like Southern influence food because a lot of people are coming from other places. So you'll see a lot more like local seafood. Try to make sure I have something with crawfish and crab meat and shrimp on the menu because I know
they want that.
That's what they're coming for.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of dishes that we always call it like a Jazz Fest, dish because it sells like crazy and that's what all the people are coming here to eat.
Yeah. You're always going to have a variation of the pierogi on the menu.
Yes. Don't worry about that.
You got to have that. Okay. What is your favorite seafood to cook?
Oh, that's
you
a
seem
tough
to
one.
have like mastered seafood just in general. Like, can you cook pretty much any seafood?
Pretty much, yes. I mean, I love seafood. It's what music and seafood is what brought me to New Orleans.
Me too, girl.
But I think like to pick one thing to cook. I don't know. I mean, I really love all of it.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
What's your go-to? Like, if you're like, all right, I have to pick something, what would it be?
I would
like
say for personal consumption, I would say Alaskan king crab leg is my favorite
too.
all-time thing.
Yes.
But yesterday, I was at book club last night, and I had some stone crab claws that were gifted to me for my birthday. So those were delicious as well. Those were from Florida. So I think probably something it would definitely be shellfish. It would be crab, or I love lobster. I love anything that's kind of, extravagant and delicious.
Yeah. How come, I always wonder this, like Maine lobster is so popular and like everyone thinks it's just like so bougie and like amazing. But I think the spiny tail lobster out of like Key West, the Gulf, I think it's better. It's sweeter and you could get more of it. Like you literally could jump in the water and just catch them.
Exactly. But
Why is that?
They're actually two different species. So that's not a true homard, which is the Maine lobster, which has the claws and the tail and the knuckle meat. So for the spiny lobsters, all you're getting is the tail.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
that's kind of everybody's favorite part.
Yeah.
And I love a spiny lobster. I love going to Jamaica and where they put like the Jamaican like seasonings, the jerk seasonings on it and grill it. I mean, I could probably eat like 10 of those.
It's so good.
And
it's got to be way less expensive, right?
It is less expensive, yes.
But how come we don't see it on so many menus in the South? I feel like you don't see it as much.
When I see it, my fish purveyors, I'll always order it. I'm not sure. It could just be how they get it, the diving down and grabbing them. There might just not be as many, and it's not really farmed like how it is in like Maine. It's just different. They've been processing and dealing with lobsters up there for a lot longer than like diving for a spiny lobster.
Yeah, I always wondered that. What about like some other seafood? Like, what's the weirdest seafood you've ever cooked?
I would say the weirdest thing that I've ever cooked are barnacles. They're like these little gooseneck barnacles that kind of attach to things like lobster, shellfish, and they
You could eat them?
They're certain gooseneck ones you can't. So they're like these tiny little things that look. Sorry, I keep hitting that. The tiny little things that look like kind of like a really skinny what was it? Stone crab. So it has like the little black tips on the edge, and then you steam them and you kind of pull the meat out of them, and they taste like lobster.
Really?
And they're really, really good. So if you ever see them on a menu somewhere, I would definitely get them. And if I could ever get them at the restaurant, I'll let you know. Because it's like a very like clean, oceanic kind of flavor.
Where are they getting them from? What waters?
A lot of times from like the like in Portugal, they have them in like the Mediterranean. Yeah.
I just was in Sicily and I had the Sicilian shrimp.
Oh, those are
that you don't even have to cook. You just eat them raw and they're like red. Those were so good.
I bet they were good. I also say another weird thing that I've had to deal with a lot in my past that I'm not a big fan of is eel. It's a seafood. It's fish or whatever it is.
I guess you have it in like some Japanese restaurants and stuff.
I used to have
eel sauce.
I used to have to butcher it and
like put the hammer in the head or the nail in the
skin
head.
it. Yeah. So I'm traumatized by that.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever do that. Wait, did you just have to do that or at a restaurant or?
No, I was when I was at the Culinary Institute of America, I went back and did a fellowship in like the seafood department where I was teaching the students how to receive and check for quality, freshness, butcher, and do all those things. So that was one of my jobs, because all of the fish and seafood that we processed went to different classrooms for the chef instructors to use. So for the cuisines of Asia, they always wanted the fresh eel. So I used to have to process a lot of that.
Oh
Nightmares.
Yeah,
Nightmares.
no, never.
And that's why I don't like it.
Yeah. What are some seafood dishes down in New Orleans that you love that you think like everyone needs to get? And which restaurants to get them at?
Well, I think that, it's crawfish season. So boiled crawfish is kind of what I'm, wanting and craving all the time right now. But I do love like a good crawfish étouffée, or like a classic shrimp, like New Orleans dishes like barbecued shrimp, or just even like a shrimp po' boy. Yeah. And all those places that I'd like to get those at. I mean, I love the boiled crawfish at Porgy's are really good right now.
Yeah, really good.
Anything that they're doing over there, I really
good.
enjoy. And I love that they're using like all local seafood, and doing things like the fish collars and other stuff, like utilizing the whole product.
I know, it's amazing. I just went there and I had the fish wings.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh my gosh, they're so good with that Asian sauce. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was phenomenal. What about like charbroiled oysters? You love those?
Oh, I love those.
That's my favorite dish, I think, to come out of Louisiana.
Well, I mean, they're just it's so good. And
you would think they would be everywhere in the world, because oysters are found pretty much everywhere. Yeah. You would think every coastal city was making an oyster like that.
Well, I think it's just like the ridiculous amount of butter and cheese and like garlic that they put on them. That is why it's like so popular down here. And for charbroiled oysters, I love Drago's, but I need to give a little shout out to my boy Peyton. He just did the charbroiled oysters for my birthday party on Sunday, and his were delicious.
Wait, Peyton with who?
Peyton,
just a friend?
He's just a guy that does oysters all around town. I think he might work at Superior Seafood, but he has done a bunch of events with me, so he kind of pops up.
Now I got to try them.
Yeah, I'll send you his contact info.
Yeah, I really love the charbroiled oysters at Basin Seafood.
Yes,
because they add a lot of Romano cheese to it, and I think that bite really makes a difference.
It does. It adds that little bit of like, acidity almost in a way. Yeah, a little tang.
Yeah, it's so good. But your octopus dish, we have to talk about this. Chef Sue has the best octopus dish I have ever had, and I love octopus. It's like I could have a full list of the best places in town to get octopus. Yours is now my number one. The baby octopus with those potatoes and the gnocchi. Oh my God, talk about the dish.
Okay, so we've had octopus on. That'll be one that's always on the menu.
You have to keep it on the menu.
It's been on the menu since we opened, and so we get the baby octopus, and they're nice. Like, they're not too big, but they're not really small. But we sous vide them for an hour in 134-degree water bath, basically, and then after that we grill them and then toss them a smoked paprika vinaigrette, and then put that back on the grill so we get a little bit of a char. And then in a little cute cast iron pan, the bottom is a salsa bravas, which is just like a spicy tomato sauce, and just a little bit of that to add a little bit of acidity and kick to it with the chili flake. And then we do crispy fingerlings on top, some roasted red peppers, put the octopus back on top, and there's a roasted garlic aioli that goes with it.
Oh my gosh.
It's
heaven, you guys.
Octopus wants like a little vinaigrette, a little bit of some sort of mayonnaise, in my opinion, especially when it's on the grill.
I agree.
And it's just delicious.
Yeah, you got to get the char. It's got to be, you sous vide it, but like you could also, when you boil it, do you have to boil it first, the octopus, just to get it like the toughness?
Usually, yes. You have to like poach. You can't just cook it from raw.
Right.
Yeah.
Baby octopus, I don't even think I've ever had baby octopus. Usually people are getting the actual tentacles. Why did you choose baby octopus?
Because they're
cute.
They're really cute, and I know everybody like wanted to stop eating octopus after that one movie that I didn't watch.
I don't even know which one that is.
You don't need to watch it, but because they're just more tender. They're easier to work with, and like you haven't been in my kitchen. My kitchen's really, really small. It's about the size of this studio, to be honest with you. And so it just kind of worked out better as far as not having a space to like slice the tentacle and things like that. I have done the large tentacle. I think that was like during the pandemic when we were reopening, just because I couldn't get the baby octopus. But I just think that they're cute. And they're obviously not that smart if you can catch that many of them.
Yeah, exactly. And it does look so beautiful in the dish because of all the little tentacles.
And I want to take that back. Octopus are really, really intelligent.
Yeah.
So.
They are. They're like aliens.
Yes.
That's why I always feel weird eating them.
It's fine. They're
It
delicious.
is like an alien. They've been around forever. Okay, anyway. Wait, I was going to bring up, do you also make the desserts there?
We do, yes.
You are making
Well,
them?
I mean, I have to give credit to Sugar Sean. He was actually with me at Gotro's back in the day. He was one of my old sous chefs there. And he came back to work with us at Zasu, and he kind of has taken over the desserts. I don't know if it's because his name is Sugar, but
I know I was going to say, is this
he is like crushing it with all of the ice cream. That pistachio cheesecake that he makes is delicious. And he's the first one to get there in the morning. And like I said, we're a really small kitchen. So he's able to knock out all those desserts before everybody else shows up. So he's really taken ownership. I should probably put pastry chef next to his name as well, but I don't want to put too much pressure on him.
Yeah, I feel like you need to. The brownie dessert that I had,
The Budino, yes.
that was unreal. Like, I didn't even want dessert. And I'm like, you know what? I should try the dessert because I'm a dessert girl, and inhaled it. Yeah. It's like a mix between a brownie and pudding.
It is. So
right?
It's like classically, the most traditional way to make a Budino is butterscotch. But this one is made with chocolate and almond flour, so it's also gluten-free, which is great to have for a dessert. It's not nut-free. It's definitely not dairy-free or butter-free because there's a ton of that in it. But it's just basically whole eggs that have been whipped for a long time with some sugar until they get really light and fluffy. And then we just fold in some melted butter and chocolate and almond flour and bake them for about 20 minutes in a water bath. So it's like... that's where you get that like kind of brownie pudding consistency. It has a little bit of like texture to it, but it's mostly like soft, warm chocolate pudding.
Yeah, it's so good. It sounds kind of easy.
It is actually, yeah. You can make it. I'll send you the recipe.
I feel like I can make that. Mm-hmm. You know,
because all you need is a mixer.
Yeah, and then you just fold it and bake it in the water bath.
You could do it.
Oh, I'm gonna do this.
Yes.
Because like that was like incredible, and it's easy. It sounds easy. Well, it probably isn't, but
no, it is definitely easy, and we there's nothing wrong with easy things because
I agree.
They're sometimes overthinking things and making them too complicated. And I feel like by the time people get to dessert course, they just want something that's like homey and that is how our desserts are. They're not all like plated with tweezers. There's not 15 million components. They just all taste really good and kind of reminiscent of something that you might have had as a kid or that you just really like.
Yeah. So now, like having the star and having to, I guess, you know, you want to keep it now. Are you feeling like way too much pressure or like, I mean, how do you feel about like moving forward? Because it seems like so stressful that every night is packed. You got to make sure everything comes out perfect, which you probably already done before, of course. But
I would say I was just talking to a friend telling them how everyone's really rose to the occasion, especially my kitchen team. They are just crushing it and really stepped up when this happened. But there's definitely a lot of pressure. It's more of the thing that I thrive on, which is like writing a list and crossing things off and getting things done. Except now I don't have any wiggle room for pushing off a product or like a project rather to the next day. Things have to be done because we're so busy. So I think it's more of a time management and lack of sleep that's kind of making me tired, but at the same time is what I love doing. And if we were slow, I'd have to be there, you know, because I have to do everything. And when we're busy, I'm now able to bring in more employees and help kind of give them some more projects to take some of the things off my plate. But it's stressful, but I thrive on stress.
Yeah. Are you going to keep the restaurant there? Obviously you own the building. Like, do you want to keep it like the same, or are you going to expand? Are you going to open up another restaurant? What are your plans?
I would love to open up another restaurant. I don't really have time for that right now, but I think that I need to strike while the iron's hot. But right now I'm just trying to get through. We have to do some minor renovations this summer because it's amazing how since November 6th, the amount of foot traffic that has come through the restaurant has like messed up the floors. The booths are not as cushy as they used to be.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm just doing like fresh coat of paint because there's, I'm not going to point out all the things wrong with the restaurant, but little dings in the walls here and there. So I'm going to do a little like, fresh coat of paint and some new flooring this summer. So I don't think that expansion right now is in my budget.
Yeah. What is some food that you secretly hate cooking?
There's really not much that I secretly hate cooking.
Okay.
I really enjoy cooking everything.
What's your favorite cuisine?
I would say anything in Southeast Asia. I love Indonesian food, Thai food, Korean. I'm just really influenced by those flavors. I also really love, I love Italian food. I like it all, but I would say like Asian cuisines are probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I just think they have such a great like balance of heat, acidity, like freshness with like all the herbs and cilantro and mint and Thai basil. It's just kind of,
I agree.
It hits on all those like flavor notes that you want.
It does. Like every time when I go out for like Thai, it's just like your belly's just like, oh my God, this is so good. And I think I also love it because, I mean, I'm not a chef, but it's like it's ingredients, and because it's not my heritage, it's harder. So it's like, oh, I can't make this at home, or I'm not gonna have these ingredients. So it makes it more special.
Well, it's like when I go out to eat, I'm always going to eat the great Vietnamese food that we have here. Same thing, like I'll go to Chata for Thai food, or I'll go to all these different places to the things that I can't make. I mean, I love going to eat sushi with my family because I'm not gonna sit at home and make sushi.
It, yeah.
And I can't make it as good as them. So why would I do that?
Where's your favorite places to go eat? I know you just mentioned Chata.
Oh, Chata's
just
great.
opened up in Mid-City.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that they did. I didn't realize that the chef there, he had looked at the building next to me, and I was really bummed when I saw how beautiful their renovation was and how delicious the food was, because I would have loved to have them right next door. But it's so beautiful in there. I'm really excited for them. I mean, I like different Vietnamese restaurants for different things. And so I love, the old classics of Pho Tao Bay and Nine Roses and all this. I mean, anything that I can't really cook at home myself. I mean, I can, or just don't have the time to.
I love Good Catch for Thai.
Oh, I haven't been there.
Oh my gosh, you have to go. I think that's like our best Thai.
I don't even know where
restaurant.
that's at.
So Chef Om, who owns Pomelo, a magazine.
Yes.
So that's the sister restaurant, but it's larger because it's right downtown. It's right in the heart of downtown. I want to say it's off Girard, but it's a larger restaurant. They do happy hour. They have a lot of foot traffic from visitors and whatnot. But just her use of seafood and like doing like the whole fishes, and her curry is, I think, the best curry
Green or
we
red?
have. All of it, but green for me.
Green for me too.
Yeah. You got to get in. She does it with scallops. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah. Okay, you got to go to Good Catch.
Great, I'm
Look
gonna
at
check
me.
it out.
I'm putting Chef Sue onto a Thai
I know.
spot.
I love that, and I love that you love green curry because that's my favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I love it when it's a little spicy. That's the best I've had in the city.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I think she's even won an award for that too.
Good.
It's so
Good for her.
Yeah. So where else do you love to eat in New Orleans?
I mean, I don't eat out as much as I'd like
I know.
to.
I figured that.
But I would say, a lot of my food and restaurant choices are based around my kids. So my bonus daughter is 18, and my daughter Simone, she's 9. So she kind of dictates exactly where we're going. We love going to Shogun for the baked salmon that my daughter is just obsessed with.
I used to get that too.
Yeah, we try to hit up Mandina's every once in a while because that's kind of nostalgic, and it's right down the street from my husband because that was his mother's favorite restaurant. Yeah. We hit up Crescent City Steakhouse all the time, again close to the house, and we love sitting in the booth with the curtain. Well, especially the kids, they love to like close the curtain while we're eating.
It cracks me up. I feel like I'm in confession.
I know, and like as far as like more like family driven food, I love Here Today for their rotisserie chicken. St. Pizza's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love all the restaurants. New Orleans has so many to choose from. If I'm
just
going out
doesn't
fine
stop.
dining, I love Herb Saint. I mean Pesh, of course, because I love seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can pretty much going to end up naming all the restaurants in the
I
whole
know.
city.
Well, that's the thing. It's so tough, and you could go. There's just a million. What have you noticed from being here for so long? Just like the transition in the culinary world here.
I would say the one thing that I noticed the most is pizza. And when I first moved to New Orleans, the only place you get a good slice was New York Pizza on Magazine. And now there's just so many other places. And I just love that they're popping up all over, and there's all these different styles. And same thing with hamburgers. There seems to be a lot of new like burger joints around.
I know, pizza and burgers. That's so funny you brought that up.
It's so it's like coming from the Northeast. That's very common that I'd always have like pizza like once a week. Or I wish that like the hoagies would kind of come down here. I know Primo's on Oak Street just closed, and I was devastated.
We do need more hoagies. Mm-hmm. We're starting to get a little bit more Philly cheesesteak spots, but A good hoagie, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's never going to compete with the po' boy. Completely
Yeah.
different things. So I
I
think
know that's the
should
thing. No one's going to really want it as much because you're in Louisiana. You should get a po' boy. But the amount of pizza places, you are right. And that's really just happened just in the last 4 years.
I agree. Yes. Yeah.
I just had Il Supremo. That's phenomenal. We got St. Pizza, Forbidden Pizza.
Did you get the soft serve at El Supremo?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm dying to go.
It's he just had a cookie butter with a white chocolate chip cookie. It was the best I've ever had.
That
like
sounds
it
delicious.
was, because when I first went there, I got the traditional, the twist, vanilla chocolate with the chocolate chip cookie. But that cookie butter, and they call it cookie butter.
Butta.
AH.
AH.
It was unreal. Yeah, you need to go.
I will definitely check it out. I've had their pints of ice cream, but I haven't had soft
Yeah.
serve.
I'm
And
a
that's like
soft
another
serve
thing,
girl.
like coming from the Northeast, like we would have soft serve like all the time.
Yeah.
And some sprinkles. I just want like a twist and some sprinkles, or some dip top on a cone.
I just love that you said that. I had Briggs on my show, and we talked about that because I grew up with frozen custard.
Yes, me
And
too.
we don't really have frozen custard down here. He's doing soft serve, which is not frozen custard, but it's still decadent and creamy, and his consistency is so perfect.
Maybe that'll be my next restaurant.
Yeah.
Soft serve.
Yeah.
Cheesesteaks,
Ooh.
hoagies.
Custard?
Sure.
Frozen
For
custard?
you, custard.
Okay. Frozen custard. with hoagies?
Sure, why not?
No, but you got to do seafood.
I know. I'll keep doing seafood.
What's your favorite local seafood?
Oh, to eat?
Yeah. And cook.
Well, I would say for fish, American red snapper is my favorite fish. I
think it's mine too.
I also really enjoy speckled trout if it's done right. Yes. But like I said, it depends on the season. Right now, I'm into crawfish and and I love oysters.
Yeah.
We have so many great new oysters around, and that's like something.
What's
that
your
has
favorite oyster around here?
I like the bright sides a lot.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, I like them all. They all taste
They're
different.
all great.
They're all, and they've
And
come
Murder
so
Point,
far.
I love Murder Point. They're like buttery and.
Because when I first moved here, all you were getting were the wild oysters, which are good, and I really enjoyed those for broiled, grilled. But for a raw, I love that we're cultivating all these new oysters and how clean, and they just remind me of like East Coast oysters that I miss a lot.
Yeah. And we got hit so hard with Ida and some of the other hurricanes that all those beds were just like destroyed in Grand Isle. But now we have, like you said, the bright side and like they're all popping up. What do you think is the most overrated food trend?
Ooh, that's a hard one. We're going to have to come back to that one. I'm going to have to think about that. I mean, the trends are trends. They come and go. I don't know right now.
Like when people put foam,
That's kind of past,
or
isn't it?
like,
I feel like the foam has kind of disappeared.
oh, the foam's there.
Is it back?
The foam is there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have an answer to that right
Okay,
now.
okay.
Sorry.
No, I was just saying. Okay, what's an unpopular food opinion you have?
Oh, I probably don't have that answer either. I mean, I don't have any bad opinions. I'm right. Are all of my opinions right?
What's your favorite guilty pleasure meal to go eat in New Orleans?
Oh, so there's so many of those.
I know there's a million.
There's a lot. I mean, it's gonna have to be like fried chicken. Just something.
Oh yeah,
like,
where's your favorite fried chicken?
I like Willie Mays a lot, but
Me too.
if I'm for convenience purposes and kid purposes, we're at Cane's once a week.
Yeah.
It's delicious. It's fresh. It comes out piping hot. They're obviously doing something right. But I mean, I'm a Popeyes girl too.
Yeah.
If I want bone in. But there's so many great fried chicken places.
Yeah, and that's another thing that has really blown up. We have a lot more fried chicken.
Yeah.
And with the fried chicken sandwiches now, and like Popeyes then came out with it, and Southerns really put it on the map down here. Southerns is so good. You've been to Southerns, right?
I've not been to Southern.
Oh my
I told you I
gosh.
don't get out much.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a list. No, I know. You're so busy. Okay, I don't know if I asked you this. What's an ingredient you hate
Eel.
besides eel?
An ingredient that I hate. I really love most ingredients. I mean, everything. I love all produce. There's not a vegetable that I don't like. I love pretty much every cut of meat. Maybe tripe. I'm not the biggest tripe fan.
I don't think I've had tripe.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Don't need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I love all the offal, and like I love organ meats. I like, the skins of things, whether it's fish or chicken or pork I really enjoy food.
Yeah. Me too.
A little too much.
Yeah, right? Where do you get like inspired to come up with new dishes and flavors, like to just keep yourself going? So you're not cooking the same stuff and you're,
I would say going out to eat is very inspirational for me.
You get inspired in New Orleans going out to eat?
Oh, definitely. And just seeing what other people are doing and I do like, obviously read cooking magazines, and everyone's scrolling the Instagram or things pop up that are like, oh, I should try that. But I also get inspired a lot by my coworkers. Like our menu is a collaboration of all of our ideas and fine-tuned with all of us. Like sometimes like, well, chef, don't you think that would be better if we did it this way or if we added this to it? So I get inspired by them.
You have a pretty solid team, it seems.
I do now, yeah. It comes and goes. The kitchen door is a
because that's what I'm saying.
revolving
It's
door.
got to be really hard. So do you have like right now getting the star solid team?
I have a very solid team, and because we're so busy, I was able to hire more people, and now I have a lot of talented people in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you travel a lot?
I try to as much as I can.
Yeah.
A lot of it's work travel, but I'll take a weekend here or there with like a girlfriend just to kind of decompress and spa.
Yeah.
I'm really good at that.
So you don't go to like just travel to try new food and like meet new chefs and stuff?
I just,
Do you do that?
having a kid makes it really difficult.
Yeah.
And but I mean, during this summer, my daughter's going to sleepaway camp for 3 weeks, so I plan on doing like some real traveling at that time.
Yeah.
Not too far away in case anything happens to her, but at least going to New York or going to Maine to eat a bunch of lobster and scallops. And I have some ideas for this summer.
Yeah. What other cities do you think in the United States are like everyone needs to go eat the food there?
I mean,
What are your favorites?
I really love Chicago. I think Chicago is such a cool city, and there's so many great restaurants there. But I don't go home to Pennsylvania that often, but Philadelphia has a lot of great things. And I would like to, I love going to LA because I love eating Korean barbecue, and there's nowhere better than that.
I didn't know that.
So good. But
In LA.
one thing that I learned a few years ago, and I don't know why I didn't know this, but Houston has an amazing culinary scene.
Insane scene. I just got back.
And it's so easy to get there from here.
Yeah.
That I had one of my old sous chefs, Lucy, was going, and I was like, why are you going to Houston to do restaurant research? And she said that she's the one who turned me on. Obviously, she's a lot younger and hipper and cooler than I am. But I was like, I had no idea. And she recommended some restaurants in Houston. And I was like, these restaurants are fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And cool. And like trending, but trending in a positive way.
It's got the most, where did I read? It's got the most cultures in one city or something like that.
It does, yes.
So like their Chinatown is phenomenal. Like apparently you go there for the dumplings. Like Houston is like the spot for dumplings.
I love dumplings.
But of course, like it invented the fajita. It invented like so many other things. I just got back from the Houston rodeo, but Houston's so spread out. So now that I know, and I can't believe I haven't spent time there before because I've been down in New Orleans for 10 years, but got to have a car. Like everything is so spread out. So I want to go back with a car or rent a car and just drive everywhere and do a full foodie tour.
We can do it together.
We should. Yeah, I really want to just try everything there. It's so good. In Chicago, I'm going back this summer, so I'm excited about that. I love Chicago. I went to school there, and
Chicago is such a cool city. If they didn't have the weather that they did, I would,
Oh, for sure.
I like to pick it up and bring it and like merge it with New Orleans.
Yeah, got it. Chicago summers, you cannot beat it. So you have some exciting events coming up.
I do. I'm really excited about something coming up in September. It's the Big Sky Food and Wine Festival, and I've never been to Montana, but I know how beautiful it is. And I'm really excited to go and cook with a bunch of other Michelin star chefs and go fly fishing, I think, or do something outdoorsy.
Wait, can people just go to this?
I believe so. You can buy a ticket.
Yeah? Oh my God, this sounds so fun. When in September? Do you know the dates?
No.
It's sometime in September?
Sometime in September.
Oh, that
I believe
sounds
it's
amazing.
September.
That's probably the best time to go to Montana too.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I
where it's
would
not
think
too hot,
if they're doing an event like that, it's probably the most beautiful time of the year.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be amazing. All right. Well, I am so honored to have you on the show and to talk with you and learn everything about you. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you so
and
much for having me.
congratulations with all your success. And I can't wait to eat more food by you.
Oh, thank you so much. It was really fun talking to you.
All right. Thanks, Chef Sue.
Thank you.